Hi, grab a drink of your choice. Today I do not have any drinks. Please forgive me. I'll be having a lovely latte outside with my mom, and I'm really happy and excited. So, for today we have how my parents realized that I had no friends. Okay, so let's travel back to school. So it was this lovely, lovely trip. I've got plenty of stories in this school trip that probably I'll be talking about in different videos, in following videos, because I don't want to make them too long. Basically, there was a school trip last year of school before high school, and there was this trip to Madrid. Lovely, great, everyone is excited. So am I. I had just like one friend, really. I was always quiet, so when you're quiet, people in general, as children, they kind of see you as a wildflower. They see you as someone weird, just because you're not very talkative, you know? So basically, in the school trip, my dad had the lovely idea of giving me a disposable camera. These cameras that you use once, like in terms of, they've got space for like 50 pictures, for example, 100 pictures, I don't know. I think mine was like 100 pictures. And so then you print them, and then the camera is just disposed to the bin or wherever it goes. It may go to a special place, I don't know. So I went to the trip and I came back. And obviously my parents wanted to see the pictures, obviously. How do I tell you that every single picture was of trees, buildings, gardens, plants? There was not a single picture of me with someone else. And in fact, and I'll share one little thing that happened. There were pictures of me alone. And it was random, because most of the times I was by myself. I think the friend that I had also was on the trip, but she just decided hanging out with other people. I don't know. So most of the times I just following the crowd, non-stop. And I remember a girl that was walking in front of me randomly said, because everyone was taking pictures in front of some sort of building that was nice. And she was like, oh, you want me to take a picture of you? And, I was quiet, but I was actually very, very kind and very lovely. So I was like, okay, yeah, thank you so much. So I went, and she was going to take the picture, and she was with a friend. And she asked her friend, right, go with her, go over there with her. Like, pose with her, like, stand next to her, basically. Because she probably could tell, I don't know, that I had friends with no one. That I was alone the whole time. And the friend said no. Oh my gosh, I wish I could give that little girl a hug and say, it's fine. These are weirdos anyway. When you grow up, you're going to realize that they're actually really stupid. Like, they are actually the weird ones now. Or the ones that people do not admire. And it's just funny that she said no. And she didn't give a reason. It was just like, no. That's how they treat you when you're quiet. And it's not like you're a bad person or like, it's just because you're quiet and you do not fit the crowd, the sheep. This is like society. They want you to follow the mass. They want you to be one of them. They want you to do what everyone else is doing. Same as with COVID vaccines. They want you to follow up what everyone else does. And children, I believe that somehow have this inherited within themselves. That if you're not the popular kid, sometimes the popular kid is not even pretty or handsome. Sometimes it looks like the kid that will get bullied, but because they've been able to be strong and act tough, even if they're melted inside, but they're tough, they're part of the popular ones. Many times, we've seen chubby kids that hang out with the cool kids, but it's because it's also like the bullying. Oh, I'm so cool. And I think it's important to not be like that, but realize that if this happened to you as a child, if this is currently happening to you, you're not weird. You're literally not weird. You're just quiet. You just don't talk without a reason. You talk with purpose. And you talk when you have something to say. So, and you probably, if you're really quiet, you probably have so much going on inside your head. Because me personally, this was non-stop in a good way. Like I was, there was a whole world inside here, but I didn't want to share it because I just didn't even feel like it was a safe space to share anything. That was just stupid. You know, the most intelligent things they'll say is like, the popular girls like, oh, my house is the nicest house. I have the biggest house in the whole class, like, because, you know, I've got a pool and like, yeah, and like, okay, you're not even like rich, but you've got some sort of money and you're better. I mean, so I just think I realized that they were just silly. But I obviously also, I felt bad because even if they're silly, you want to have friends. You want to have humans. We need communication. We need a community. We need to sort of have our people. And in there, it was like eat or be eaten. You know? Be the lion or be the deer, right? It's like there's no in between. You may be I was kind of in between, but at some points, I'll be the weird one. I'll be the wildflower because at some points, they will leave me alone and it will be very clear that they thought that I was just not like them. But this happens to me also nowadays when I'm in a setting that people are drinking alcohol, all right? Because I want to somehow socialize, but I don't want to drink, but I want to socialize. So I'll be somewhere with a group of people and everyone is drinking, obviously, alcohol, and I'm not. And so everyone, well, not everyone will think like, why are you not drinking? Like, what the hell? But like, there will always be someone, especially a girl, that will come up to my face. Sorry, but like, they piss me off and I don't like them, so I have to like make a bit of a joke. They're like, and maybe they do it with the best intentions. Also bear in mind at this point they're drunk, so they just become friendlier. Are you okay? You look so sad. I know this rings a bell for you. I just know this rings a bell for you if you do not tend to drink alcohol. They think you're miserable. They think you're depressed. I am, but not in that case. Like, they think you are sad and miserable and the alcohol is your savior. Like, what? You look so sad. Yeah, I look sad because I'm not dancing drunk. You know, I've drunk in the past, but like, I'm not drunk. I'm not having a substance that... No, listen, alcohol is really fun if you want to have fun. All right, let's put it there. But it's just so funny. Sorry, my dog is like sniffing the door because she's probably thinking, what is she doing? She locked herself in the bedroom. And so that was really cute. So being alone is going to be very hard, especially at those times you're very insecure. You do not tend to be glowing up. You're just, it's this kind of years that you look a bit bad. Let's be honest, you know? And not having people around, it's just like, it really shapes your personality. I think this is why I struggle to make really good friends, because you just like feel like most people will not even be good friends, and the experiences I've had haven't been the brightest either. So I guess it's a mixture. But I just wanted to let you know this. I have more stories that happened in this trip. So if you're interested, if you think this story was enjoyable, or at least you felt like you felt understood, some sort of connection, I have more stories that I'll share in the following video if you guys want to, that happened within this trip, that it was obvious that they saw me as like the last piece of poop in there. And it just came to my head right now as I was talking to you. So if you want to, I will share that as well. I really think this can help so many people, because so many people have been through these things and they've never had the chance to talk about it because they were children and there was not such an access to internet as now. When we were children, there wasn't like TikTok and all these things, which is better. But anyways, we didn't really have a safe space to express ourselves. If a kid goes like that, through that now, he or she has the ability to kind of sort of share it online. I didn't have that chance, and probably neither did you. You didn't have it either. And it's just, I feel like now as adults, because you were not able to express that fully, that's still within yourself and in your daily life, the way you behave, the way you interact with people, even when you're going to buy bread, is shaped by how you've been treated and what people made you feel at your earliest human interactions alone, which tend to be in these scenarios. And I really think it's important that we have, or we create some sort of space to share it, because sharing it is also sort of letting them go, letting someone else know your pain and being able to put it away, or being able to process what happened to you or how you felt. And I know there's thousands of groups online, or groups online that you can just talk or bend, whatever, but I do hope that at some point this can be your safe space to say how you feel about friendships, about love, about your fears as a man, as a woman, the things you overthink about, how you fear death, how you fear life, how you fear walking the street, how you fear dancing, I don't know, anything. And hopefully it will become a reality that. Anyway, love you guys. Sorry, I still have a cold. I hope this video made sense. I hope you're healthy. I hope you're safe. I hope you're happy. And I'll see you in the next video. Have the best day in the world.